Hello, gorgeous ones. Dr. Lucy here. I'm a little bit late tonight, but you know what? It's my birthday, so I'm allowed to be. Tonight, I'm showing you because lots of people have been asking me, so you're having cake for your birthday, what are you doing for your birthday? And no, I'm not having any cake, but I am making a dessert that I don't normally make, and it's really simple, and I'm just going to show you how to do it. And it'll be so simple, you'll think, either you've done it and you think, oh, that's hardly rocket science, or you'll go, oh my God, why didn't I think of that before? So I'll just wait for a few of you to get on. I'm actually, again, in my house. There's no one home tonight. My daughter is coming home. She's coming home to cook for me. Hello, lovely Veronica. Yes, I have had a wonderful day. I have had a lovely day. I've actually just had a lovely day at home by myself, pottering on my business. So when I say pottering, I've done 2 podcast interviews, for one with a woman in America who wanted me to be a guest, and another one with who wanted me to be a guest in Australia. So I've done a couple of podcasts, I've had a coaching call, and then I've been learning and getting ready really for the next round of our 12-week mind-body rebalance, which isn't for about 6 weeks. But also we're doing a little extra challenge. We're doing something called the 7-day sugar detox. Because you know how much I know that sugar is a problem. And if you've been listening to me for a while, I know that you'll know, but I'm really just obsessed at the moment with, banging on about the harms of sugar. And I know that some people don't want to hear it, and I can't make them hear it. I cannot make them hear it. But for the ones that are open, I cannot tell you how harmful it is. Which is why I don't eat sugar, really don't. Apart from the fact that once I start, I can't stop. So the way I like to think about sugar addiction is there's like 3 buckets of people. And this will go for really any potential thing that can be abused. So whether it's sugar, whether it's cake, whether it's alcohol, whether it's gambling, whether it's illicit drugs, whether it's smoking, any of these, there's 3 buckets of people. So 1 bucket of people are the people that don't care that much about it. So these are the people that have 2 cigarettes a year. They have a glass of champagne at Christmas. They buy a raffle ticket once a year or a Tats ticket. It's for them, it's just nothing. It's irrelevant almost. You've got the middle bucket of people, which are the majority of people. So they are for people for whom something has turned into harmful. Oh, good, Alani. I'm glad you like the podcast. So it's where a product has become a little harmful, but not ridiculously harmful. And I would put probably the most of us for food that have found themselves insulin resistant or overweight. We're probably in that middle bucket. Stopping it is hard, but not impossible. And it's not like the addiction where you have one little bit and you go back down that slippery slope. Hello, everybody. And then the 3rd bucket of people, they're people for whom sugar and carbohydrate addiction is a big problem. So they're the people that think about food all day, think about sugar all day. Once you have one biscuit, you can't stop. Once you start, even when you finish that packet, you're sniffing around looking for others. And you do this despite having harm. Hey, Nola. Hey, lovelies. Hello, Susan. Hello, Tanya. Oh, thank you, my beautiful people. Yes, I am. I am having a lovely, lovely birthday. Made more special, of course, by you. So this is my birthday outfit. I'm wearing it sort of a glitterati top. And this is my wise owl. Because as I get older, I get wiser. So I'm not worried about aging. I'm not embarrassed of my age. I'm 54. I'm not one of those people that goes, oh my God, I'm so old. I just think, oh my God, I've got to hurry up because I've only got 30 years left of living and I've got so much to do. So that's what I often think. If it was my Zoom, you would all be singing happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's 20 people listening. So what I would love, I've said it all day today. If you haven't left a review on our podcast, could you please do so? And what you have to do, if you're on your phone, if you're on Apple, you go to the show, and it'll open up just an episode. And what you do is there's 3 little dots somewhere, depending on your phone, and you press on those and it'll go to a little tab called Show. And you click on that, and then you scroll down past all the episodes, and then there's a place to leave with the stars and to leave a review. So I would love, love, love if you could do that. Spotify is easier. You can't leave any words, but you just says leave a review. And so, 5 stars. So that would be my birthday present. If you could do that, I would be so, so grateful. Now today, what am I making? Basically, I'm making I'm making a raspberry coconut ice cream. It is super, super simple. Now I have got over here a Thermomix. You don't need a Thermomix. You can do it with just a blender, or probably better would be one of those food processors, which I used to have until I got this beast, and now the food processor's in the garage. So basically, I just have 500 grams of, oh great, Selena, now I've given you instructions, beautiful. I've got 500 grams of raspberries. Now, these raspberries are listed as having 7 grams per 100, or 6.8. So therefore, this whole bag has 35 grams of calories. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be eating a whole bag of them, but just helpful to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very fancy here and just leave a couple out for the decoration at the end. You can either do it as crumbles, or if you can find a few whole ones. I don't really think it matters that much. So I have to look in the... Has anyone ever done this with their thermo, where you've thrown something in it, and then you've realised there's been some like dirty dishwashing water in it that no one's emptied? So I just did a little check. It's all good. So then, nice to get out every last morsel. So your raspberries clearly need to be frozen. Then I've got a jar of coconut cream. So this is the AM brand. Remember, I like this one because it has no other fillers in it. The can that it's lined with, the plastic, because lots of these tins now are lined with a plastic, it's BPA free, so that's always good. You could keep it in the fridge if you really wanted to, but you won't need to because of the frozenness of the raspberries. Now, this one's 270 mils. This entire can has about 80 grams of fat. Again, you may not be counting your macros, but just in case you are and you want to have some vague idea as to what's going on in here, this whole can has about 80 grams. Now, it looks weird. Like, I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to get the light. It's quite a grey coconut cream, and that's largely because it doesn't have any bleaching agents in it. So I'm just scraping the top off the lid, and I am just going to give it a little stir with this spoon before I pour it in, because I didn't shake it, which is probably my fault. But what it does is it does separate the fat, and the cream and the water separate out. And because I'm in my like 1 degree kitchen, there's quite a solid little ledge on top where the fat has risen. Now, if you didn't want to use coconut cream, or you don't like coconut cream, you could certainly just use normal cream. Raspberry creamy ice cream desserty thing. Correct, Veronica, correct. Basically, coconut raspberry ice cream. Now use that word, ice cream. Well, I guess I don't need to use it loosely, but it doesn't, I don't bother with any sweetness for this, because I don't like things super sweet anymore. You could certainly make it with some normal cream, and you could add some cacao or cocoa, in which case you might need a sweetener because the cocoa is quite bitter. Okay, now, seriously, that's it. Like, it's not rocket science, is it? I'm just going to turn it on. I should have probably warmed it all up beforehand. It's cold in your house, the fat is solid on your coconut cream. Exactly right, exactly right. That's why I've done that. And even shaking it, it didn't do it enough. So, yes, if it was warm, like if it was where you are, Clara, then it would be runny, just like our coconut oil is not at all oily in Melbourne. It's actually just coconut lump. All right, I'm just going to whack this on. Sorry, it's going to be noisy. Talk amongst yourselves. Does anyone? Here's a great trick. So I actually dropped the lid of this thing a couple of ages ago now, and it's tied up with a Band-Aid. And it just so happens to be the bit where the sensor is that tells me if the lid's on. So every now and then I have to just jiggle it around a bit. After quitting processed food for ages, berries taste like flavour explosions. Anyway, they absolutely do. I totally agree with you, Nick. Okay, I'm just giving it a sort of getting ready, turning up. It's like a bloody helicopter taking off. Right, now I'll just scrape down the sides. Oh yes, definitely not ready. I thought when it had turned into a helicopter that it might have all suddenly already mushed, but it hasn't. That's okay. So what have you guys all been up to anyway? Where is everyone from? I'd love to see in the notes, in the chat, where you're from. So obviously I'm Melbourne and it's freezing, and I know Clara's up north and bathing in bloody beautiful sunshine. What about everyone else? Where are you all from? Quick way to turn it off is to press the silver knob. Ah, right, awesome. Thermo lessons by Clara. Excellent. I think, Clara, you used to be a thermy person. Oh, Jen's in Canberra. Well, I reckon Canberra's pretty chilly. Margie's at Geelong. It's also chilly. Just turning off a bit slower. Going. Eastern Burbs in Melbourne. Veronica, I know that area very well. Yarrawonga, a bit chilly. And Frank and Cheryl, you're right near me, of course. Christine's in Melbs. Bamera, South Australia. Ooh, and see, Susan, the two Susans. So Susan Hanmore, who's our Tambourine Mountain. I keep forgetting that it's cold because it's the Gold Coast. Ooh, let me have a quick look. I just remembered the silver button. Happy birthday. Thank you, Suze. Thank you. Oh, it's nearly there. I'll give you a look halfway because I know that you're all excited, but it's not quite ready yet. There's a little bit up the top, but you know, I kind of look at it and I think, why would anyone buy processed ice cream these days when seriously, this looks like it's out of a gelati shop. Now, as I said, you can use the coconut cream. You could use coconut milk. So coconut milk is just coconut cream with extra water. Oh, Nola's in Shepparton. Yes, Tatura, is it freezing there? Beautiful sunny day, wasn't it? And down in Victoria, it was a beautiful sunny day. Okay. So bright. Yes, it's lovely. So the key, of course, to making this a bit fancy, it's all in the presentation. Now, I happen to know that one of our members, Clara, who has been commenting, is that she is basically the presentation queen. So there are some people that are really able to present beautiful food. Could you use cream instead of coconut? Absolutely, Veronica. Of course you can. So you probably need about 300 mils. Okay, it's getting there. Gosh, I'm going to show you. It's nearly there, but I just want, look at that. It's so beautiful. It really does. It looks like something from like the gelati shop in Noosa that we used to take the kids to when they were little, the Italian gelateria. Looks just like that. So the presentation of food, neither Mary or I are very, it's not our forte, is it? We're very good at ugly food, #ugly food. Thank you, Bron. It's here because it's my wisdom hour. Because I'm 54 today, so I'm wise woman. Hang on, I'm just going to go. All right, I think I might be done. Just have to wait. Oh yes, that looks good. Yes, completely done. Huzzah. I wonder if I left it a bit longer, if it would go a bit creamier, but I don't really care. So look at this. Just trying to get the light there. Look at that. So again, the presentation is going to be what makes this a bit fancy, but I'm also going to confess that presentation is not my strong point. So look at this. I'm just going to plop it into some sort of fancy glass. Like you could serve this easily at a dinner party. if you just zhuzhed it up a bit, I mean, do people have dinner parties these days? Jamie Oliver does it with frozen raspberries and Greek yogurt, maybe some cream. You could do Greek yogurt. My problem with the Greek yogurt is I find with the raspberries and the Greek, it's very tart. So for a lot of people, it's just a bit too much. Whereas this has got the coconut cream in it and it just balances out that tartness. God, I sound like some sort of food wanker, don't I? Really? No, it just balances out the tartness. Okay, so, again, I'm going to tell you that zhuzhing is not my strong point, although I think this looks quite good. Compared to a taste. Tastes good. And then, if these were defrosted, they would be even better, but basically, I'm just going to pop one on, pop another one on. You could also pop, look at this. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. There we go. Beautiful raspberry. I don't eat this stuff every day. So for me, this is one of these things that, it's a bit of a celebration. I think it's easy to get into the trap of eating something like this every day because you go, it's low carb, it's all good. But actually, when you do something every day, your brain wants it every day and then it stops being quite so exciting. So if you put the butterfly in, it will whip up. Oh, good to know, Clara. I might even get the rest of it. What I might do, there's still plenty in there, put the butterfly in it so it's this sort of whiskey thing and it can, do you whip it up after? Because obviously when you first put it in, the raspberries are, that's your birthday dessert. What are you having as your main? Kerry, so my daughter's coming home and she's cooking salmon. So we'll have some salmon, grilled salmon and veggies. I know, it's a very good birthday treat. So there we go, my lovelies. Sugar, refined, you don't need refined sugar to have a birthday treat. You can still just have something very delicious like this. As I said, I might even fling it back in and whip it up a bit more. I'll take a nice photo of it. But, you know, if you've got a thermi, you've got a few extra tools. But if you don't, put an egg white, speed 4 with the butterfly, mind-blowing. Oh, okay, Christine, nice to know. Good, I'll try that as well. I've got a spare egg white hanging around. But I think that's the thing to remember. Okay, celebration doesn't mean that you have to go and have some sort of sugary shit. And was it on the podcast? It was on the podcast. I think I wrote that, you know, people, you go to work and you go into your tea room and there's some sort of cake from Safeway. Yep. Yesterday I rocked into my tea room. There's this tiny, it's not tiny, there was this little orange poppy seed cake from Safeway for my birthday, which, sadly, for them, well, maybe happily for them, I don't eat cake, so they got to eat it and I didn't. And I was really just thinking, so interesting. I had completely predicted this. So my lovelies, have a beautiful evening. 32 people on now. I would love to go and wake up and find 32 new reviews on our podcast. So yes, what the ex-thermo consultants, yes. I would love it. So again, I will just say it for those of you who are just watching, if you could leave a review, if you're on Apple, you go into your podcast app, you click onto the show. So first of all, the episode will come up and you'll need to go to the 3 little dots, which is either at the top or the bottom, depending on where you are. You click on that, it'll say show, and up will come all of the episodes. And you scroll all the way down, and then there's a thing with stars, and there's a little bit at the bottom that says leave a review. If you could write something nice, hopefully you think it's nice, I would be so, so happy, because that would make my day. And if you're not on Apple, if you're an Android person, you can go over to Spotify, and you can't leave talking reviews, you can only leave stars. Right, 5 stars. That would be awesome. All right, beautiful peeps, have a wonderful day. I might go whip this up with some extra egg white in there and show you. You're late, you'll have to catch up late. Absolutely, it's my birthday, leave me a podcast review. That's the summary of the night, and I've made beautiful raspberry moussey ice cream. This is just with coconut cream. Apparently you can add an egg white as well. But yeah, I'm not going off plan for a $5 cake from Woolies. You're totally right, Nick. I'm absolutely not. Bye, darlings. See you soon. Trolley moo.